Big news was Todd Gurley got paid. Is he the anomaly, or is this the watershed moment for running backs to come on in? Everybody's going to get paid now.
I think here's what happened. I think the Rams looked at the immediate future. They see that Le'Veon Bell is going to hit the open market next year, and he's going to get 15, 17 million. Who knows? All it takes is one team to decide, hey, this guy's going to help us sell tickets, sell jerseys, create excitement, become relevant. Let's pay him more than any running back has ever made. And once that happens, the price for keeping Todd Gurley goes through the roof. And I think they made Todd Gurley an offer he couldn't refuse. $12 million a year over 6 years. This 4 years, $60 million. That's misleading. Yep. It's a 6-year, $72 million contract. It still blows the market out of the water for multi-year deals for running backs. How could Gurley say no to that? When you're a running back who's already torn an ACL, you know how a catastrophic injury can derail your career. He's got $45 million in injury guarantees to protect him against that. There's no way he could have said no to it. That's the right way to do it. You put an offer on the table that the guy can't say no to, and you do it now because if you wait, it only gets more expensive.
All right. Speaking of expensive, Aaron Donald, how do the Rams fit all of these pieces together financially?
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. And I think the problem is, Dan, the Rams are doing the math on what it would cost them over the next 3 or 4 years if they go year to year with Aaron Donald. And it's considerably less than what Donald wants. I think Donald wants at least $20 million a year. If they keep Donald year to year over the next 3 years, they'll pay him just under $40 million. So it's $40 million for 3 versus $40 million for 2. That's a huge savings right there. And I think this is the other concern. And I don't think Aaron Donald will be this way, but think about some of the defensive tackles that have gotten paid big money over the years. What happened to Albert Hainsworth after he got paid big money? He just took his foot off the gas. What happened to J.J. Watt after he got paid big money? He can't put his foot on the gas because it's always broken. I mean, you can get injuries, you can get lack of desire, and as Aaron Donald gets older, and he'll be 30 in just like 3 years from now, I think the Rams have to be concerned that they make some gigantic investment in a guy who maybe already is at a point where his best years are behind him. I think that's a real concern, and it's a very delicate spot for the Rams because you end up with a locker room problem if there's a perception you haven't rewarded a guy who has earned it more than anyone else on the defensive side of the ball over the past few years.
Yeah, and you're going to have to pay Goff here in a couple of years. And I mentioned to the guys, there's this formula now. Get a rookie quarterback, have that rookie contract, and then try to build around him like Seattle did. And maybe that's what's going on with the Rams here. But also brings me to Brandon Cooks. I was kind of surprised. I think Gurley is a special running back, but there's only a couple of them. Brandon Cooks, is he a special wide receiver? You want to tie up that kind of money?
Yeah, I mean, that one surprised me as well. And Sean McVay, the coach of the team, must have seen something from Brandon Cooks during the offseason program that convinced him that he's the guy who's going to become one of the best 3 or 4 receivers in the NFL. That one really surprised me. And if I'm Aaron Donald, that one upsets me far more than the Todd Gurley deal because at least Gurley's been here playing. Yeah. This is a guy who's never taken a snap in a game, preseason or regular season with the Rams, and he gets almost market value. That one was very curious, but you know what? Everything Sean McVay's done so far has worked, and it makes me think that they have some ideas for how to get the most out of Brandon Cooks. It's so weird. The guy's been traded twice, but he's been highly productive. He had more than 1,000 yards with the Patriots last year. Yeah. This looks like it's going to be his home, and I have a feeling McVay's going to find a way to get the most out of him.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.